The single biggest dumpster fire in the National Football League and the franchise, where you have to feel sorry for their fans, maybe more than anybody else, without question, is the Miami Dolphins. Look, I know there's a lot of people out there who are going to take umbrage with this. You're going to say, wait a minute, Ed, the New York Jets suck. The Cleveland Browns suck. The Las Vegas Raiders really suck. The Tennessee Titans have gone way downhill in a very short period of time. And oh yeah, let's not forget the New York Giants, that still so many people want to be the greatest football team that ever existed. No. I'm sorry. You have to take second and third rate status. The Miami Dolphins are the single biggest disaster in the National Football League right now. And I have to admit, part of me does this because I covered this team for a lot of years. This is a storied franchise. I mean, of course, we have to go back 197 years before anybody talks about how great they were. But this is still one of those franchises that you always expect something positive from. And you're not going to get it right now. Look, let's just start at the beginning. Tua Tagovailoa is gone, finally. First of all, let's take this from the beginning. Tua was never a dead solid shot to begin with when he was chosen.
With the fifth pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.
Well, there it is, which means for the first time since Kellen Moore, who is now the Cowboys offensive coordinator, threw a pass, we're going to have a left-hander who's going to throw a pass in the NFL.
He's maybe a nice guy. He never stole a freight train. But when it comes down to his actual talent, if you look what he did in Alabama, which was good for college, even at that time there were a number of scouts and people who really know the NFL who questioned whether or not this guy was going to be the starting quarterback that would carry you for a long period of time.
Tua has dealt with a lot of injuries over his time at Alabama. A sprained knee, a left quad, a left ankle, a broken index finger. He's had spiral surgeries on both of his ankles. And then, of course, in November of 2019 on this play against Mississippi State, the dislocation and the fracture of the hip that sent Tua's draft status into doubt.
Yet, the Miami Dolphins went ahead and made the decision. And for a time, it actually looked pretty good. But Tua, unfortunately, developed concussion issues. And that's the real thing that killed this guy. It's not like he didn't have any talent. I mean, you hear these knuckleheaded numbskulls on local South Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale radio, always screaming and hollering at how bad Tua is, how he's terrible, how he always sucked. You guys don't know spit from Shinola, and the Shinola people are very unhappy about it, all right? This is a guy who absolutely had some talent. Caught a bad break. With the concussions, you can't stop that. It's not like he can go ahead and say, oh, I've got 127 concussions, but I'm okay. There's nothing he can do about it. But then again, what they put around him wasn't that good to begin with. The Dolphins kept hunting and pecking all along with this complete useless general manager in Chris Grier. And if you're going to talk about Grier, and you're going to talk about McDaniel, and you're going to talk about everybody else in this franchise, and if you're going to say, Ed, how can you say that they are a real dumpster fire of a franchise when there were so many others out there? Stephen Ross. Look, I've never met Stephen Ross. I wouldn't mind meeting the guy. I'll bet you we could sit down and actually have some decent conversations. Of course, he wouldn't be all that thrilled about what I've said about him specifically and this franchise over the last couple of years. See, Stephen Ross doesn't get a whole lot of grief in South Florida because, basically, the media kisses his ass. I mean, there really aren't any local television sportscasters anymore. I mean, Miami simply has a couple of hangers-on here and there, but they don't mean anything. They don't do anything. They don't really break any stories. They don't do any investigations. I mean, most of these are guys and gals who are just hanging on, ha, 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 let's go ahead and get my press credential to go to the game. They don't do anything. There's nothing from them. Local print? My goodness, there's still print. No, I mean, come on. You still have the Fort Lauderdale Sun-Sentinel and the Miami Herald, certainly. Excellent newspapers. But they've been emasculated in the last couple of years. There's only a couple of writers there who actually cover the team, and when they say something, it gets lost because the newspapers don't give a spit at all about sports. So what they say, yeah, it gets a little run here and there, but it really doesn't do much. Nobody goes after Ross. And on the radio, oh, please, give me another break here. The ass-kissing that goes on South Florida sports talk radio, I mean, come on. We may as well get to the point where all of these former players and all of these nickel and dime idiot experts just go ahead and put the lipstick on next time you talk about Ross or anybody else, because all you're doing is kissing up. They don't take the guy to task. Stephen Ross is a multi-billionaire. And again, this is not personal.
This is business, not personal.
They shot my father.
Even the shooting of your father was business, not personal, Sonny.
As a businessman and as the head of a National Football League franchise, Ross is that dumpster fire. He's the guy. He's got the immolation flames moving constantly every single time. Because look, if you're going to own a franchise, specifically, any franchise, but if you're going to own a franchise like the Miami Dolphins or storied franchise, New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, Chicago Bears, the great franchises, New England Patriots, you've got to care about the franchise. You got to live, eat, sleep, and breathe that franchise 24 hours a day. I mean, look, the New England Patriots don't like Bob Kraft. It's okay. But guess what? The guy eats and sleeps and breathes his Patriots, and that's why they've gotten better. The New York Jets, complete joke. Raiders, complete joke. Other franchises, though, they care about the franchise. They sit there. They worry about it. They put all their time and energy into it. Ross doesn't give a damn. I mean, come on. He's got Formula One in there right now. They have a race at the stadium, which makes spitloads of money. I mean, untold amounts of cash. They've also got a major tennis tournament that's there. Easy. It's not the football crowd. Yeah, they get a little blasted every now and then, but it's easy money for him. And now, of course, he's got the stadium, the World Cup coming in. He's got all these other things that are bigger than the Miami Dolphins. Stephen Ross looks at the Miami Dolphins as nothing more than a pair of socks he puts on in the morning, and when it's over at night, he takes his socks off, throws them in the dresser, gets rid of them, and it's all over. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about it. He doesn't breathe this franchise like the great franchise, the ownerships of the great franchise do. The Dolphins are a disaster because of Ross, and he's put the wrong people in there. Mike McDaniel? Oh, come on. You're telling me he was, and again, nothing personal.
This is business, not personal.
Mike McDaniel was the best coach you could find? Really? I mean, out of everybody else who's sitting out there, really good coaches, he was the one? No, he wasn't. They fired Tua, and who do they bring in? It's not like it's a replacement. I'm not saying this, but Malik Willis comes in, who's a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth string quarterback, lifetime, but he played with the Green Bay Packers, and John Eric Sullivan, the new general manager of the Dolphins, came from the Packers, so he knows this guy. He can trust him. Look, I even looked it up a little bit. Malik Willis, his great claim to fame is with the Liberty University Flames that he played with. And he went there because he basically knew he was going to get beat out at Auburn by Bo Nix. He wins the 2020 Dudley Award with the Liberty Flames. Huh? What? The Dudley Award? You are being played for suckers. Steve Ross is playing you for suckers. Look what happened. Now you're going to start rebuilding again and again. And you're going to pay stupid amounts of money. But it's not just the Dolphins, to be fair. It's not just the Dolphins. Any franchise you go to when they rebuild, even if they're not, you're still going to pay stupid amounts of ticket prices because it's a gouging factor. They know they got you. They got you by the hairs. And you're going to spend that money. The Miami Dolphins and Stephen Ross know that this team is going to suck. Maybe for a season, maybe two, maybe three, the way the NFL goes right now. And you suckers, said nicely, not meant to insult you, but you suckers are going to pay the full freight and a whole lot more. Hey, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind at this point, and of course this is never going to happen. I know I'm just blowing smoke on this one. But hey, how about giving those fans a ticket discount, huh? How about cutting a few dollars here and there? How about dropping the price of the beer from $197 a small cup to maybe something that's manageable and people can enjoy? How about knocking down $197 parking ticket prices? How about doing something for the fan? Come on, Steve-O. Come on, buddy boy. Why don't you do something for the fans? These fans, and again, I know that we're talking about fans from a lot of other franchises, but I'm just focusing on the Dolphins right now. These fans have been loyal. These fans continue to pay the stupid prices, and they continue to back you. And you stink, and you're going to stink again because of the decisions that you made and the people that you hired made. So look, it's not going to happen. I'm not delirious here. I know that they won't give him a break, but how about dropping some ticket prices, huh? How about $1? How about just dropping like a couple of dollars, just as even a symbolic gesture, if you will? How about having a few more food giveaways? How about giving away a beer? Oh, no! I just thought about the really ridiculous thing I just said. Giving away free beer in an NFL game. Matter of fact, if you're going to do it for the Dolphins, do this. Really show the Dolphin fans, Steve, old buddy, old pal, or old Ross, do us a favor. Give away a free beer to every male, every adult over the age of 18 at a Jets-Dolphins game. Do that. Oh, are you kidding? Are you kidding? The entertainment value in a game like that? Yeah, you'd need to call out the National Guard for that one. But I digress. That's not going to happen. But it sure would be nice if this franchise did something good for the fans for a change. Because Dolphin fans, you're not going to the playoffs. Your chances at being in a Super Bowl, if they were this, are now this. It's a long way away because other teams are getting better. You're not. I mean, you can say that you're getting better without Tua, but where do you go from here? What are you going to get? Another 497-year-old quarterback to come in and say, I'm going to lead the team. Please give me my arthritis medicine while I'm doing this. Or a rookie that you're going to bring in and another one you're going to take a shot at. And that's going to take what? 1, 2, 3 years? Maybe even longer to actually get better? Not only that, the Dolphins are giving away some key players. They're doing a complete rebuild. So at this point, I just feel sorry for the fans. And yeah, I know there's people out there saying, well, you should feel sorry for the Browns, the Jets, the Giants. Oh, I forgot the Arizona Cardinals to put them in there. I don't feel sorry for, well, yeah, I do. I do feel sorry for those fans because I do believe that every franchise, no matter the sport, should do everything it possibly can to bring a winner to that region and to those fans because of these stupid, insane, ridiculous amounts of money that you pay every year to be a part of this little fraternity here. But for the Dolphins, Mr. Ross, Steve, old buddy, old pal, just between you and me, and because we're friends now, I mean, we've talked about each other enough, Steve, get your head out of your ass. I mean, really. Start doing something for this franchise. Bring in people, and maybe you have. I got to give you this. John Eric Sullivan is a guy who has a lot of chops and comes from the Packers organization, a much better choice for a general manager. So you may have indeed done it right there. You might have knocked this the first time or the 792nd time. But at least you brought somebody in who understands football, who knows how to run it. Now, walk away. Give him the reins, give him the money, give him anything he needs, and let him go ahead out there and build you a team. Don't get in the way. Don't talk to anybody. Don't say anything out loud. Just write the check. And at the same time, get your head out of your ass. And look, it's not a bad thing. Even rich guys have that possibility, have that problem every now and then. But build a winner here. Now, one of these days, I'll have to get onto the other teams. If I did that, that would take years. But please, Dolphin fans, realize you're going to suck for a while. Again, not like there's anything new. And hey, how about the media in South Florida? And there's a couple of guys, and they know who they are, that I'm not calling out here. They're print guys who get on there and who really do an excellent job covering this team, the few that are left. But how about all the TV and radio guys and gals? Get your head out of your ass. Stop kissing the ass of this franchise. Stop worrying about whether or not you're going to be at the buffet, especially the former players who are just, oh, we got to get rid of Tua. Oh, we got to do this. Oh, this guy's bad and this guy sucks. Meantime, you're missing the point on the real problem. Right at the top, the buck stops there. Hold Stephen Ross accountable. And maybe maybe this team will sniff a Super Bowl again before this roster of cheerleaders are old enough to be grandmas.